Say hello to my little friend. This is actually a big friend. Hey guys, Omar here, and in this video this is a follow-up to my previous video in which you saw me shooting with this the original 50R, what's it called? The Fujifilm 50S. This was released in 2017, which is special in my heart, 2017, because that's the year that I started my channel with the Fujifilm X-T20. Now, I had so much fun in that last video for a couple of reasons. The first one was that I tried something different. I actually recorded the ambient sound of New York so that you can get, I wanted you to get a little sense of what it was like to be shooting in New York. And I got so much great feedback from you guys, so thank you. I'm gonna do it again and think a little bit more about sound, because the usual go-to is... Now, by the way, I'm not trying to influence you to pick up this camera, although it is wonderful. And I do have to shout out some channels that really helped me get this camera, because what I was looking for was a specific look. I feel like the Fujifilm GFX lenses didn't exactly give me the film look 100%, especially the newer cameras. The 100 megapixel cameras are so clean. But I think paired up with this Mitakon 65 millimeter lens, really, well, 1.4, really gave me the look I was looking for. And I feel like I could just shoot everything with this one lens and be happy. So I'll link up the channels below, but the main three were Benj Heish, Hunter Hart, and others. Kyle McDougall used this 50R, Turan's Pictures, Eddie Maynard. I'll just link them up all below. Now, the camera was an actual joy to use. It really did slow me down, mostly because of the blackout. Every time you shoot this camera, ka-clack, each frame is like ka-clack, sending the film over to get developed, and then it returns back. It takes about that long. It has a super unique look. It looks like it has a little boxy back here. So it's really nice to hold too. The ergonomics are fantastic. 3 fingers fit great. Your middle finger goes in this little groove, and it's just really nice to shoot. Flip screen is great too. You can actually pretend you're shooting one of these one of these old film cameras where you look down and focus. And the flip up screen vertical is sometimes a little hard to engage, but that's also my favorite screen if you want to shoot vertical. Usual retro dials are great. Set it and forget it. I kind of usually on the street shoot aperture priority. So I set the camera to A here, and then I just kind of pick my ISO depending on which shutter speed I need for action, or if it's a still, I can lower my ISO. The Mitakon 65 millimeter is also a joy to shoot. I was pretty much living on 1.4 or f2. If it was kind of trying to capture action a little bit, I would stop down, because focusing on this camera with my eyes is really hard. I find that focus peaking doesn't work really great for me. I actually use, on all Fujifilm cameras, the standard punching in, seeing the scene and focusing and then punching back. So I was getting the most success. And it's funny, if you really want to just fail, try street photography with one of the harder, slower cameras, hard to focus cameras. There were a lot of misses using this setup, and of course I didn't show those. So with that in mind, I actually am proud of what I got because of the manual focusedness, it being the first time that I was out there, and I really was getting the look that I was looking for. And I will say, if I was gonna grab some for the portfolio, the GFX 50S portfolio, the first one was the 3 men with the yellow hats. I just love their look. They were having their lunch, and I walked up to them and I said, "You guys look amazing. I love the hats. Can I get a picture?" So I kind of used my event photography. Hey guys. They were a little like, what is this? You know, because everything in New York is like, what are you selling me on the street? And I said, no, I just shoot street photography and you guys look amazing. And then they were totally cool with it, and I got a picture. And that's hard for me because I don't like bothering people, but that's my favorite picture. The second, and one of the best ways that you can get a photograph on the street is people always need you. They see you with a camera. They need you to grab a phone and take a picture of them. And they're like, can you take a picture of us? So there's this couple that I took a picture of. And then you have an in because you did something for them. You're like, oh, can I take your picture? I got a new camera. For them, I said, I got a new camera. I'm testing it out. I don't know. Would you guys mind if I take a portrait? Because it's a great portrait camera. That's what I said. And the one guy says, is it free? And I got a picture of the couple. Again, it's slow. So I actually had to punch in, focus as quick as I could. And the focus on this Mitakon is really, really nice to use. And I just punched in, looked at the eye, boom, 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 hoped that they were in the same plane, and it was sharp. But then the woman had such a beautiful look, had great hair, the light was hitting her. So I asked, I'm like, can I take a picture of you? And the guy was totally cool with it. He's like, yeah, she's the one. The woman alone in the cemetery had a shaft of light on her. That one I really liked as well. I kind of goofed on the exposure there, so that needed some post-processing. And by the way, a lot of the images are straight out of camera, classic chrome. Then the second level I have is JPEGs edited. And then the third level is I tried to put a little bit of skin on some of them. It depends what mood I'm in or what comes out straight out of camera. But some of the images are very edited and some of them are straight out of camera. I do like the guy with the balloons. I was kind of stalking him. I just knew the balloons were interesting. I didn't get the greatest picture of him, but I was just happy that I got it in focus. The boy being pulled by his father maybe, or grandfather, sorry sir. I like that image too. That one was lucky because I was actually pre-focused before the moment. So I kind of looked around, saw the guy, kind of was like this to the side, and then the moment happened and I just fired away. And it's funny, the camera's so slow, you almost have to anticipate. He was about to pull him and I fired, clack. And then luckily it was a good capture. Overall, I'm so happy with the look. It's definitely one to go out with and create images as opposed to capturing moments. I don't know what I was thinking, going out and trying to find moments, but it was like challenge accepted, and I feel like I got something. I did try it on a few portrait sessions, but it's just too slow for my clients. Like I said, I've said before, I work with teens and parents and stuff. So to stand there and kind of focus on the eye, and I lose a little bit of the fun and expression that I'm trying to get from my clients. I get more stoic images. So I think this camera would lend itself more to portraiture of someone sitting and you light them up and they're kind of just giving you different expressions. I definitely want to try it in that capacity. 2 semi-negatives, the battery, they don't make anymore. So you have to make sure if you do get this camera that you kind of maybe find them on eBay or something, maybe get some aftermarket. And the sort of like strap lugs are very strange. I had to buy them separately. They didn't come with the camera. So that's something that Fujifilm has changed, of course. But overall, besides it being slow, that's okay. I wanted to be slowed down without having to invest in the cost and the time and the clutter that maybe film would give me. This one is just ready to go straight out of the box. Classic chrome, Astia, all the good film simulations. And yeah, I enjoy digital photography. I don't want to shoot film. All right, I hope you like that. I'll see you guys next time.